of the Gilded Age. But today in this old house, we start a new project where we bring a home into the digital age.
We want to try to make this house net zero, which means we want to be able to generate as much power as it uses.
What happened to all this plumbing here?
I've never seen anything like this before. There's already rot going on in that trunk.
So what have you found up here?
Well, a bit of a surprise.
It's really the classic plumber's lament.
Nice.
See this main roof form? We're just going to pull that forward till it's even where this existing deck is.
Definitely says mid-century modern.
The money's in the detail.
Oh, that is beautiful. Hi there, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to a very special season of This Old House. Today we start in Newport, Rhode Island, a city that is famous for its old homes, and some of them are huge. Have a look at this one. This is called the Breakers, and it was built in 1895 by the Vanderbilt family. And believe it or not, it was just their summer home. Today, the Breakers, like the other mansions here in Newport, are tourist attractions. And while they are magnificent homes, they're not the reason that this season is so special. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Kevin.
Happy 40th anniversary, pal.
It's a big deal this year.
It is a big deal. 40 years of this old house is worth celebrating.
Absolutely.
So I think we should probably go back to some of the houses we've worked on over the decades and see how they fare, but also just keep pressing forward. We'll continue with our Generation Next initiative, which is bringing young kids into the trades, and we'll continue finding new projects to work on.
Right, and this year we found an old house, but we're going to do some forward thinking on this house. We want to make this house net zero, which means we want to have a high efficiency heating and cooling system, super insulation, and we want to be able to generate as much power as it uses.
Not going to be easy renovating a nearly 100-year-old bungalow, but worth the effort, right?
Yeah, we're up for the challenge.
Now the house not in downtown Newport, it's over the Newport Bridge in Jamestown.
Right, and the homeowner is an architect. And I think that this is going to be the first time that we've ever done a project where the architect is going to live in the project when it's completed. This looks like the place.
And that is not Breakers, is it?
No, it isn't.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Don, how are
Hey,
you?
Kevin. Hey, Tommy.
So a little bit of a different neighborhood than we were just in.
That's right.
What's the story with this place?
Jamestown is a really interesting island. Used to be the ferry stop on the way from the mainland to Jamestown. You took the ferry across and you went to Newport. So Jamestown always had this dual personality. It was kind of blue collar, serving all the mansions in Newport, but it also had some money at the south ends and on the east side. So it's a fascinating place full of a lot of different personalities. And the architecture shows it. And this is one of the classic Jamestown cottages. You can see the sort of craftsman influences. It's been badly abused over the years.
Right. And over the years is how long? This is 19 what?
I'm guessing that this is mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it looks about that.
A lot of stuff was built in that time. You can see it's got this asbestos shingles on it, which is the worst of the indignities.
Yeah. Have you had those tested?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely is asbestos.
Yeah.
So this idea of net zero, before we get to sort of all the blemishes on this, your idea?
Well, you know, as an office and as an architect, we design a lot of these net zero neighborhoods that and encourage people to live with a zero carbon footprint. And it's always been something we've done for other clients, and I particularly wanted to do it for us to sort of walk the talk that we do professionally. But also, I thought this was an interesting project because you've got an existing almost 100-year-old house, and then you've got another addition that's going to be fully new construction.
Right.
And how do you bring those two systems together, and what techniques do you use on each one of them?
Easy to do on the new part, and it's a challenge to do it on the old part, but it can be done.
It can be done. You've got to mix and match the techniques.
Absolutely.
Well, let's have a look at the old part. You're living in a neighborhood now, right?
We live right around the corner with in a house that we built for my extended family. We spend summers together, and we've been sort of squatting for a couple of years while we look for our own place.
Yeah, that's never easy, right?
So what are your plans for the house right here?
Well, see this main roof form?
Up here, yeah.
We're just going to pull that forward till it's even where this existing deck is.
I see. So that line's going to come all the way out, roughly where the deck is now.
Yeah, and the dormer that's up on that roof will just repeat on both sides on the new part. So it's really just taking the existing house and making it a little bit longer. The simplest way I could think of extending this house out to about 2,000 square feet at the end of the day with 3 bedrooms and a den downstairs.
Well, that's a good size.
Yeah, it's going to be good for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So net zero, we're going to need some alternative energy. You were talking about solar. I'm seeing the sun here, nice and sunny, but I'm seeing a ridge line that's working against that.
Yeah, definitely. We originally had plans for a sloping roof this way, but it just didn't work out with the plan. So my solution is to build an outbuilding or a barn to the east of the house that'll have a sort of salt bark shape that has a long slope facing south. And with that, I can get about 500 to 600 square feet of photo panels.
That's a good amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Should
cool.
definitely help.
Well, there's a lot more to learn about the outside, but I want to see the inside. Is Dana in there?
She's in there waiting
All
for
right,
you.
I'll check that out. See you guys.
So the porch that's going to come on this end, is that going to be screened
Yeah,
in?
it'll come out another 10 feet. It'll be screened in and broad steps.
Hey, Dana.
Kevin, hi.
Good to see you.
Welcome. So
Thank
good
you
to
very
have
much.
you.
Who have we got here?
Theo Pal.
Theo. Nice to
Theo.
meet you.
Hi, I'm Nate. Nice to meet you.
Nate, nice to meet you. So you guys must be really excited for this little renovation, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can stay in your school, you can stay in the neighborhood. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to having my friends in the area. They're all over here.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to the barn in the backyard. It's going to be great for sleepovers. They're all mine.
He's already claimed the barn. Good move.
It's mine.
How about you, Theo? You excited?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. And Dana, you must be thrilled.
I'm really excited. We love this spot. We've got friends all around us. We've got, our family has a house just around the corner.
Yeah.
So we feel so lucky that we found a place this close. And we love being in town. And it's going to be a great family house.
Terrific. All right. Well, what about a tour? Sort of what is and what you're going to do?
Absolutely. Boys, why don't you get your coats on and meet Dad outside, and I'll show Kevin around.
All right.
So this is the old kitchen, obviously.
It is.
Pretty beat up.
And it's going to become the mudroom. So the back door will stay the same. We'll get rid of that little closet. So this opens up, and this will be some lockers for coats and an actual coat closet over here. This window will stay. And over here is going to be a built-in pantry.
Ah, good idea.
And a new powder room, a half bath, is going to go tucked into this really small alcove space.
Mudrooms and
Here.
pantries.
I
Everybody
know.
asks us for those.
I know, gotta have them.
So kitchen going to be right in the space in front of it.
This is going to be the new kitchen. This is going to be coming out, and we're standing now in what's going to be the new kitchen. There's going to be a refrigerator here, window looking into the backyard over the sink. The stove is going to be here. And over here is all coming out. This is going to be an opening which then steps down 2 steps into the new family room.
Very nice.
And
All
for
right.
dining, we're going to come into this spot here. This wall is going to come out, so it'll be completely open into what will be the new dining room. We're going to have a wraparound banquette in this area, so the table will be positioned here. And again, this wall is going to be out, so it'll be completely open to the kitchen.
And this used to be living room, I
It
presume?
used to be the living room, which is a pretty small space, so it's going to feel so much different to have this as a new kitchen dining area. And this is going to be part of the addition. So this will also be an opening that will connect to the opening on the other side of the wall. You'll step down into the family room.
Okay.
And here is the entrance. This will
Beautiful.
remain the entrance. What is now a covered porch, a little bit scary.
So kind of a 3-season thing they're going with the windows there?
Guess so.
What do you guys want to do to it?
We're going to take out the windows, and it's just going to be a covered porch with steps coming up right to the front door.
Nice. Okay.
And
Paneling, stay or go?
That's coming out. But this wall actually is coming out. So this will be an exposed railing going up to the second floor.
Oh, nice.
Why don't we check that out?
I like that idea a lot.
So on the second floor, what we've got now is a small bathroom, a bedroom in here, and another bedroom in here. This is going to be Nate's room. and it's going to take the existing bath, so it'll be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And in here is this funky L-shaped bedroom that's going to be reconfigured
Sort of this way and that way, all one room. That is weird, huh?
It's odd, and it's going to become Theo's room. So he'll be from here over to about, say, this area.
So just one part of the L is Theo's room.
Correct.
And then what do you do sort of down on this end?
This is going to be a laundry alcove that'll face out the other way, and this will become the new shared bath for the boys. And here is going to be a hallway that goes out to the new master suite area over the addition.
Very nice. Okay. So this is great working with you know, homeowners who are sort of in the biz. You know the plan, you know everything. I mean, you guys designed it, right?
Yes,
All right, great tour. Boy,
Thanks.
great view too, huh?
it really is.
And that'll go out, what, 20 feet, 15 feet?
Exactly.
Oh, Richard, we got ourselves a backache basement down here.
Yet another gnarly basement for me.
You can't even stand up in this thing.
So we've got to make this house really energy efficient. So some of the existing systems are just not going to cut it. This is a ductwork system, uninsulated, doesn't have any duct sealant at all.
Nice.
Poor ductmanship, that's got to go. This is an oil furnace. So in our new plan, we'll probably have a new program here, so this will probably come out. And so that means the oil tank will probably go away. So here's oil tank. Fortunately, it ran out of oil today, so we don't have to deal with getting too much oil out of it.
All right.
We have electric water heater, standard electric water heater. We're gonna look at a new solution to make enough hot water for a family of 4 here.
So pretty much it sounds like all the systems going away.
That's right, right. And now this room is gonna still remain, but it's not gonna be living space. We're gonna have a new addition going that way.
So basement will be full height and that will be nice and tight.
That's
'cause
right.
It's brand new.
Right, so all kinds of insulation, really tight. But as a net zero house, you gotta make sure that you keep the energy in your building completely, right? So that means that's gonna be tight, the top of the building will be tight. But what do we do about this? So this is a poured concrete wall, and the outside is just behind this wall. So obviously we got to insulate this. We can put 2 inches or 3 inches of insulation. Everybody knows that. But people don't think about this, that heat goes to cold in every direction. So the heat could go this way down through this concrete floor. So we'll do some sort of insulation here.
Right, and so I mean that's kind of the deal with a net zero house. You have to go to these great lengths if you want to pull it off. And in a renovation, at least, I mean things can get quirky. The
Right.
solutions in the house can get quirky too.
And sometimes these net zero houses start looking like really space age and just too modern. You know, recently I got a chance to see a net zero house that you can't tell at all. Let me show you.
Full height basement by any chance?
So we're here in a Boston suburban neighborhood. Can you pick out the net zero house?
Well, there are double hybrids in that driveway, so I guess that's a candidate.
It's a logical candidate, but no. Look at this. I mean, a lot of people have the perception that a net zero house looks space age like the Jetsons.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, it's a very conventional looking house, and I wouldn't know. I mean, the solar panels might be a giveaway, but it looks like it fits right in.
It's pretty spectacular. David, say hi to Kevin.
Hey, David.
Hi,
Thanks for having us.
great
I
to
want
meet you.
to see him to see this beautiful house of yours. How long you been here?
About 6 years.
And what were some of the considerations you had in this design?
Well, we wanted to power the entire house from the sun.
Okay.
And so one of the key elements in doing that was to face most of the house to the south.
Because the front of the house is not south.
Right, the street is angled off. And so we have solar panels on the roof providing all our energy.
Yep.
And we have the windows in this room providing passive solar gain.
That's great.
Helps heat the room in the winter.
Just by moving this wall this way, it's great.
exactly.
And you've got deep window wells, so suggesting a thick wall. Is that just packed full of insulation?
Exactly. We have rigid foam on the outside and 8 inches of dense packed cellulose, which really makes the house very secure, very warm in the winter.
Like an R40? Is it as
Yeah,
high as that?
R40.
Cool. That's cool.
Very nice. I like that.
So this sun must stream in here like crazy.
Right.
So does it heat this space perfectly?
On a sunny day in the winter, almost regardless of how cold it is outside, the sun by itself will heat the room. And the shades are automatic, so when the sun comes up, the shades will come up, help warm the room. When the sun comes down, the shades will come down, and they're insulating, so they help keep the room warm at night.
Clever.
Let's go downstairs. Welcome to a mechanical room.
Great.
So our entire house is powered by the sun, so it's all electric.
All right, so no gas, no oil, so you use an inverter heat pump. A box outside connects with refrigerant piping to air handlers like this, one here, one upstairs, right? And these things are so efficient you can even find enough heat on a 0-degree day outside. Okay, I love seeing that. This is critically important in these tight buildings. This is an energy recovery ventilator, a way that we can bring fresh air in and exhaust stale air and not lose the energy from the building. So that's really great to see. And solar hot water. So you've got 2 sets of solar collectors. 2 panels up there are filled with antifreeze. Here's the pumping station right here that's going to send antifreeze up through the panels, pick up energy, and then come back down here, delivering that energy down through a coil right here at the bottom of this tank that'll heat the water in the tank for faucets. On cloudy days, it can actually have an electrical backup right here.
Exactly. And the one thing we'd love to be able to have is a heat pump backup. Could be much more efficient.
They're coming.
Exactly. Here, why don't I show you the solar inverters?
All right, great.
All right, well, this is the room where all the solar energy comes into the house.
Power Central.
Exactly. So we have 2 sets of panels on the roof. They send energy down into these inverters right now. The inverters take the DC energy, convert it to AC, which is what the house uses and what the grid uses.
Great.
Sends it out on the grid, and when it does, it runs the meter backward. And when we use energy, it moves the meter forward.
Great.
And what we're doing in the future is we're actually moving to a battery-based storage system. So that means that instead of sending the power out, we can store it in the house and use it when we need it.
Right.
And also it allows us to be independent if there's a blackout.
Isn't that cool?
So how's the house doing? You said you were here 6 years, right? I mean, are you net zero?
So we periodically check the meter, and it varies based on the weather, right? Some cold years, the meter runs a lot forward. Lots of sun, runs backwards. But last time I checked, it was lower than when we moved in. So we'd actually produced more energy than we'd used.
Congratulations, you're indeed net zero. Good going.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the
a lot.
tour.
My pleasure. And good luck with the Jamestown.
Thank you.
Thank you. The builder of our Jamestown project is no stranger to this old house. Jeff Sweener created the countertop for our Newton project last season. He was also the builder of our Idea House in Rhode Island last year. He's been in the building trades for nearly 30 years, but early on he was tempted to stay with his family's sweet little business.
You know, my family was in the chocolate business, and you know, the one thing I did get was that it was a family-owned business. So, you know, that entrepreneurial pitch-in effort was, you know, what I had growing up. And there was a lot of work done. There was a lot of holiday work and that type of thing. So, you know, we were always working hard, and I absorbed that. But the construction part, you know, I had to learn on my own, and it was really just absorption. You know, I actually learned most of what I know from watching this old house. So I decided that I was going to build my own house, and I took a summer off from the candy business, and I hired another guy to help me construct this house. I knew right away that I really liked this, and you know, fortunately I have another brother, so he went into the business with my dad, and you know, I stayed with it. And
What was it about it that made you say, this is it, this is what I'm going to do?
you know, I think it was just building stuff. I just really enjoyed coming back at the end of the day, stepping back and seeing what you did, and then stepping back at the end of the year and seeing what you did, and driving around neighborhoods and seeing what you've done. And it doesn't go away. It just keeps adding to the portfolio. And, you know, and I remember most of them, and, you know, it's really enjoyable, it's really fulfilling to be able to go back and look and see what you've created and what you've done.
And one of Jeff's latest projects is our Idea House right here in Narragansett. So Jeff, what are you building for us here?
So we have the Idea House, and we're standing in the family room, great room. This is really a nice room. So we've got cathedral ceiling here with skylights, and then we've got a 4-panel sliding glass door, which is going to go out to a screen porch, and then we've got a really nice outdoor living area there.
That is going to be awesome.
We got a fireplace floor to ceiling here, and you can see this is all open to above, so there'll be an open railing there. And then this cathedral area, we've got some post and beam trusses that we're going to add up there.
That's cool.
And then we've got a master suite here, so we're ground floor living. Stairs to the basement here, which will be open, and then we walk right into the kitchen here.
Nice open floor plan.
Yeah, this kitchen, I like this a lot because we've got this windowsill that's going to actually be the countertop, and they'll go right into the windows.
Cool.
So then you turn around here, we've got this big island, and then we're looking through dining, and then family room, the fireplace with the TV above.
Good sight lines and then out back here.
We've got a mud room that goes out to that walkway to the garage, a little half bath there, laundry room and pantry up front, and then this is a little built-in area for where the fridge is going to go.
And then up here on the second floor, what do we got up there?
So we've got another master suite upstairs with 2 other bedrooms.
Got it. Okay, so we're talking 4 bedrooms in total, finished basement.
Yep.
So with the idea house, what do you get out of it? I mean, what does it mean to you?
Well, it gives us the opportunity to test and utilize all the latest and greatest technology, the building materials, all the latest fashion trends and design elements, fixturing.
Right.
And then we can take away what we like out of that and share it with our client base.
So it's your proving ground and your showroom.
Yeah, no, exactly.
All right. Well, I know we're going to come back to see sort of the fit and finishes, but as you know, right now we're going to get back to Jamestown because demo starts today.
Let's go.
Ready to go?
Your glasses?
Oh boy, look at this, the demo crew. You guys getting ready to go to work?
Ever since the day we bought this house, these guys have been dying to knock down that wall.
Well, who did the damage there?
I told you, they couldn't wait.
We heard there's a demo party.
Well, next
right.
time, we're going to be digging a hole for that new foundation and hopefully setting the walls.
And I'm going to go to the factory where we're going to prefabricate those foundation walls.
And we'll have plenty more demo to do.
Plenty. All right, so until then, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
I'm Rich Thruthui.
I'm Jeff Sweener.
I'm Tom Silva.
And we're the Powers.
For this old house here in Rhode Island. Boys,
All right.
that wall is
Get to work
yours.
here, guys. Let's see you hit that wall.
Have at it. Whoa.
Nice.
All right. What's your plan?
One, 2, 3. Whoa, that was a good piece.
Next time on This Old House. Our panels have arrived here in Jamestown, Rhode Island, and in just a couple hours, we're going to have ourselves a new foundation. Good morning, Jeff.
Kevin, how are you?
I'm well. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So demo today?
Demo today, inside and outside.
All right. And what are we doing outside?
Well, outside we got a little bit of an issue.
And our project house sits on an island. Well, our homeowner, Don Powers, has agreed to give us a little tour.
I've always loved to come up here on the island with the boys and scramble the rocks, the tidal pools.
For more of This Old House, go to pbs.org/thisoldhouse, where you can watch full episodes anytime. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This Old House magazine, the companion to the television series, provides trusted information from our team of experts. Use your credit card to order 10 issues for $10. Call 1-800-221-5900 to subscribe.